What's up, everybody? Welcome to Kraken Hunters. I'm Carolina Hitman.
I am Anubis.
And once again, we got another Sideshow Collectibles statue to review today.
Another Predator, believe it or not.
Oh, yeah, believe it or not. Right. But today we're reviewing the Elder Predator from Sideshow Collectibles. And this is a very good statue. This is actually one of the better earlier Predator statues that Sideshow Collectibles released.
Yeah, you can tell it's one of the earlier ones because the mesh is painted on.
Yeah.
Along with the clothes.
It's like a pet peeve of mine for these, man.
And like the clothes and stuff, they're all molded in. But still, I mean, it's still a badass statue.
Yes, for the earlier Predator statues, this is actually, to me, probably one of, if not the best earlier Predator statues that Sideshow Collectibles had released.
Now, if you don't know which Predator this is, shame on you.
I'm sorry. It's from Predator 2. And this Predator actually came out at the very end of Predator 2.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler alert. Thank you. But after Danny Glover defeated
This big one up here. After he defeated that one.
Yeah, you can see the disgust in my face.
But still, it happened.
It did.
This Predator, along with like 6 or 7 other ones, came out and picked up the body of the Predator and went and did their thing.
Then this Predator actually came and tossed
a pistol
to Danny Glover's character,
which happens to be a fucking 18th century pistol.
Yes, a McKellar lock pistol from 1715, and it's an awesome pistol. I ain't gonna lie, I do like the pistol.
And the pronunciations are probably wrong.
Yeah, we're doing the best we can. We looked it up just to make sure we had all our stuff in, all our ducks in a row. It's a McKellar lock pistol, and I hate this movie. I'm sorry. I fucking hate this movie.
But still, it doesn't change the fact. That does not change the fact that this Predator is in it, and this Predator, you can tell he's a bad mofo.
He's a bad mojo.
Motherfucker.
Yes, because
he's old.
Yeah, when your dreadlocks are gray, you know you've made it.
Yeah, you know you're badass motherfucker because they're kind of like the Vikings.
And this is actually the exclusive version. As you can see, I have the exclusive xenomorph skull.
The Xeno skull.
Yeah, so this is actually, I actually was able to get the exclusive version. But this is actually one of my favorite Predator statues from the earlier days of Sideshow.
Hell, even now it's still pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's still pretty awesome, yeah. Especially considering, man, how old it is. I think this one came out about 8 to 9 years ago, if I'm not mistaken.
I would say about 7.
You think about 7?
7 years,
Which in statue years, it's kind of like it's a long time. Especially that's like statue years are like computer years. 7 years is a long time.
Yeah.
So this is actually one of the best ones that they've released. I don't agree with the painted on mesh. I've never agreed with it. I don't think it's a good fit. I think it's hard to paint the mesh on because it's easy to get.
Takes away from the realism.
It does, and it's easy to get the paint from the skin that you're trying to do onto the mesh paint itself, the mesh sculpt. And they did it a little bit on this statue, but not as bad as some of the other older ones.
It looks good.
Yes, it does.
It does look good, but you can still tell it's painted on.
Yeah. But let's delve right into this. First things first.
The statue's awesome.
Yeah, the statue's awesome. It's actually a pretty awesome character. And the reason for that is because, like I said, in the Predator society, if you can make it to where your dreads are gray, you're a badass warrior. I mean, it's not even. It's awesome.
I think it points out a few of the other things that I've mentioned about the Predators, about like the quills and the dreads, and it just shows how old they are. Because look how big his dreads are, how thick they are compared to other Predators.
Like the ones up there. I know you probably can't see the heads of the other ones.
Or hell, even like these, how they got the real skinny dreads.
Right.
This one's got some pretty thick ass dreads, and they're longer too.
Right.
And plus, this is one of the only other statues that he has that shows the quills right here.
Right, and not even just that, but the skin tone itself. Like it's got a more grayish skin tone for the Predator. So it kind of signifies how old he is, which it never goes into detail whether in the books or the movies or the comics, how they age or what's considered old for a predator. But you can tell he's one of the older ones compared.
I think it's because of the gray.
Yeah, and I mean, especially compared to a lot of the other versions of the Predator that we've seen in the movies and comics, and even in the statues we have.
It almost feels also too like he's got more customized stuff.
Yeah.
Rather than the other Predators. Too.
Because he had a lot of shit on him, man.
Yeah, like this blade right here. You know, this blade.
Which is not metal, by the way, which is another pet peeve of mine.
Remember,
it
this
really
is also one of the older versions.
It is, but it's still a pet peeve of mine.
Like the blade, you've never seen it in any other movie, and also the sheath for the blade is right here.
I don't think that's the sheath for the blade, though, man.
I think it is
because I don't think it's long enough. I honestly, because you think this compared. Holy shit! Okay, you know what? I may be wrong. It's actually pretty. You know what?
Plus,
it may
this
be
being whatever material that they have at their disposal, it could fit right in.
Right. You might be right. That may actually be the sheath for it. I'm
pretty sure that is the sheath for it.
Yeah, I think it is now, especially compared to the length of it and everything.
And not only that, I mean, look at like the rags around his arm and stuff. You know, that's what points it out that he's an older Predator.
Right. And I think too, man. Honestly, what you were saying before with the painted on leather and stuff, they actually were able to simulate the leather pretty well for a painted on statue.
Yeah.
They actually were able to simulate it pretty well.
And the wear and tear on the steel right here, whatever metal this is.
Yeah, whatever it is.
And I don't know, that seems almost more primitive too. See, like his digital stuff up here.
You know what? You're actually right. You're pretty right.
It seems more primitive.
We're talking about the arm gauntlet right here that
He's probably had.
I call the petty device where. When they lose, it's the petty device.
No, it's this side.
Is it that side?
That side. It's this side. This is the one with the blades that come out. Yeah, see? Right here?
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
See, these are the slots for his blades.
He's right.
I wish they would have shown those.
Yeah, I know.
I bet those would be awesome.
Yeah, they probably would because he's got some old shit.
And not only that, but look at his mandibles and stuff, man. He's got little things that come out. Like talons come out of the bottom part that no other Predator has.
Right, and on top of that, the elder Predator has a ring. It's hard to see
through
right
the
now.
bone.
Yes, it's a little ring right here where he has a ring through the bone of his jaw. Let me know how badass he was.
Yeah,
you have a ring for your bone. Yeah, you're a badass. Yeah, you are. But I really love the look of this statue, man. I really like how they simulated how old he is as well, too, man.
And I think another thing, too, that's really cool is they showed how big his damn feet are.
Yeah, his fucking feet are huge.
Maybe that's one of the things in the Predator Society that just keeps growing.
Maybe.
Because look at these heel bones right here. Because in the other ones that we got up here, they're not as wide and nubbed off.
Right.
They're more like... they're just more rounded and big, as to where so you can see though this toe right here how big that is compared to the other ones too.
Right. This is the petty device, as I call it.
Yeah.
The one where they lose, they blow shit up.
Yeah, they just blow the whole.
That's the petty device. Yeah, they are the kings of petty, by the way. Yeah, they do. Yeah. But,
sore losers.
They really are. They're some sore ass losers, man. Like, fuck you. Yeah.
I'll kill everybody.
But this is actually one of the better painted devices, and the only one of the few complaints I have about it is I think they could have done a better job with the weathering, as far as the metal look is on his leg gauntlets. They could have done a better job with that.
I think they're called greaves.
No, I think the greaves are the
No, those are the gauntlets.
Well, yeah, that's right. That's the gauntlets. You think the greaves are?
I think they are.
Hey, comment section, let us know. Yeah, you guys. Yeah, please let us know. You guys are good for that. But greaves, we'll call them greaves. I'm gonna call them shin guards.
There you go.
But I think they could have done a better job. Excuse me, everybody. I think they could have done a better job of weathering the metal itself on the shin guards.
Maybe throw some rust or some shit on it.
Yeah, exactly. Or even, not even that, just do a better job of simulating the metal with the weathering effect on it. That's all.
They've got scars and stuff on the metal. You know, which, I mean, I guess maybe, you know, every now and again you do kind of have to upgrade.
Yeah, but if you look right here, I'm showing him before I show you. If you look right here, man, that's pretty lazy.
Yeah.
Like I said, on the back of his legs, you can see right there. There's little spots of silver in it. I think they could have done a better job of that.
Yeah. Well, they kind of did that too here with the deltoid guard.
Right, and even on the back of the plasma cannon, right here, you get this little spot. Even, actually, you know what? This is actually the first time I've really delved into it. They actually do that on all of the metal. Yeah. Right here, too. I may actually go over this and repaint this, by the way.
Well, you probably could.
Yeah, I'm going to. But they do that on all of the metal. They just do like a little splotch of silver on it. Especially you can see right here where each individual link and division of the arm guards.
Layer?
Yeah, it's the silver on it that they just really like tipped it instead of really weathered it really well on the.
I think they were focusing more on the skin though, because I mean, if you look right here, you know, with his trapezes.
You know it better than I do. You're Undertaker. Come on.
Oh, tricep. I'm sorry.
Yeah, there you go.
Tricep. I've had a little bit to drink, but in his tricep, you know, they did the paint very well on both of these.
Yeah, and I think that's actually one of the main highlights of this statue.
I think they went with the more detail on the skin rather than the armor on.
Yeah, and you can tell that because the highlight of the statue is actually the paint application for the skin itself. You can tell like how gray, the different shades of gray they have, signifying how old he is. Yeah. On his arm, his hand, his arms. And they did a good job on missing some of the paint on the mesh itself. Because that's one of my complaints on some of the older Predator statues is
they miss pieces on the mesh.
Yeah, and they put some of the skin tone on the mesh itself. And they did a good job of missing the mesh while doing the skin tone. Yeah. So they did a good job on that. And I think
not so much on the back of this leg right here, but
actually they did a decent job. Decent job on the back. Decent job. Not A+ job, but decent.
We'll give him a B-.
Yeah, B-. Yes. Good one. Now another thing I like about this too is the base, because the base on this one actually matches. Well, you know what? It does not. Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't. But I do like the base itself.
Yeah, because I mean, you know, that's the one thing about the Predator movies that we watch, and we're like, man, I really want to see more of the Predator
technology.
I want to see more from their home world.
And
that's about all this is.
Yeah, and you get a lot of you do see some of the Predator language on the base itself. Yeah. So you do get to see some of it. And I think the base, it's not very intricate, but the paint application on the base is very good.
And it matches the stuff from, it matches the technology from Predator 2.
Yes. And you do get to see some of the language that they have. I wish I knew what some of this shit said, but I don't.
I bet it's like Secretary Shorthand or some shit.
Right. But they did a good job on the base as well. And the exclusive version is actually pretty good because you have the Xenomorph skull. And I think they did a good job on the Xenomorph skull, really portraying that as well, which is another reason why, you know, this guy's a badass. He has a exclusive
Xeno.
Yeah, Xeno on here, which I'm going to say right now, which is how I know that Predator should not have been defeated by Danny Glover.
He had a Xeno in his showcase. Not only that,
See, he knows.
The Xeno wasn't even nothing compared to the main piece, the really
that fucking huge ass. Yes, like this dude just took out this huge ass monster. I mean, as a matter of fact, everybody, for you, all right, I'm gonna post a picture of its trophy self. Yeah, right over there. I'm gonna post that picture right here, what you're gonna see right now, of the trophy case that Predator had, which lets me know Danny Glover should not have defeated that Predator in that movie because that Predator killed some big ass.
All right.
That thing was fucking huge.
Anyway.
Sorry. I hate that movie so much. I'm sorry.
Anyway. All right. Another cool point about the post or about
I got them all twisted up.
about this. What is it? Premium format?
Yeah, premium format.
Okay. The cool thing.
Well,
is,
Polystone. I think this one's Polystone.
all right. Well, anyway, it doesn't matter. The cool thing about it is they throw details in that you can't see. They still throw the little details in. Like, you take the hand off, and the inscription on the damn gun is right here. It might be just scribble scrabble.
No, well, let me see. I think it's scribble scrabble. No, actually, it spells out the name.
Does it?
Yes, it does. Actually, spell the name on the gun that they give to Danny Glover.
It's Raphael Adolin.
Yeah, Adolini.
Yeah, it's something Italian.
Yeah, something Italian. Well, Adolini, I think that's the way I'm pronouncing it correctly. I'm not sure.
1715.
Yeah, but it doesn't have 1715. Stop pretending.
Well, no, that's right here at the very bottom.
Is it?
Yeah, see it right there?
That shit, you can't.
I
He's
can't
pretending. He's pretending. That shit don't say 17th.
Doesn't matter.
In the movie, it does, but on that.
It's scribble scrabble. You can see.
But it does spell out the name on the gun itself, but it doesn't really spell out
on shit
the
you
year.
can't. That shit's not even shown on the statue. So.
Right. So I do appreciate them spelling out the name Raphael Adolini on the gun itself. So that's pretty cool.
You caught me pretending.
Yeah, I did. I'm sorry.
Fuck it.
Yeah, but like I said, this is one of the better ones, man. Like I said, there's a few blemishes, not that paint job, but I think there's a few things that they could have done better on this statue as far as the paint application, as far as weathering the metal better. That's really the only major complaint. And I know on this one the dreads are connecting, but I understand because the time this came out,
it's kind of a smaller statue.
Yeah, it really is. And when the time this came out, this was only about maybe $300. So for $300, this is a very damn good statue.
I'm actually more impressed. I don't really even care about the dreads connecting. I'm just more impressed on how thick they made the dreads.
And one of the things we didn't touch on too is how well they did the mouth. They actually, I'm gonna whip it around for you just in case you haven't really seen it. See?
Oh, I've seen it.
Yeah, so I think the mouth is done really well too, far as the mandibles and the inside. I think that's actually done pretty good.
The pussy face?
Oh.
No, that's what
I would
Glover
hope
says.
any man, if you come across a pussy that looks like that, run away. But I think that they did a good job on the mouth as well, the eyes. They did a really good job on the face itself.
Yeah, I think they did a good job on the statue all the way around.
I do agree.
Now, I think that, honestly, this is one of those characters, you only see it in the movie for, what?
Maybe 2 minutes at that.
If that.
Yeah, if that. Maybe 30 seconds
But
to
it's
2
still
minutes, one or the other.
it's still one of those characters that I think deserves to be as big as that.
And what makes me mad is I'm not sure if many people remember, they actually were going to come out with a legendary scale bust of the Elder Predator. I've seen it, and I was going to pre-order it as soon as they had that thing up for pre-order. But they never came out, and I think because of maybe shipping limitations, they were afraid that things were going to break in shipping. I'm not sure,
I think
but
maybe it might have just been that nobody realized who it was.
Well, no, they knew. They came out with a statue of it, so they had to know people were going to know who he was.
I mean, they come out with a lot of statues too of characters you've never even heard, like that's never even really mentioned in the movies too.
That's true. But I really would have loved to see a legendary scale bust of the Elder Predator. I wish they would have went through with that and just took the chance and maybe seen if they were going to maybe shipped a few out first and seen though we had some feedback on it. But I really would have loved to seen a legendary scale bust of the Elder Predator like they were going to do. But this is like I said, for me, this is a good statue. This is especially for when it came out. And the price it had, because when it came out, it was maybe about $300, I think it was about $269 or $300, something like that.
I think that may be just because it's such an unknown character.
Right.
You really have to pay attention to the movie to actually
and that's
know
fair
the
enough.
character.
And that's fair enough. But I think that for the price and the Predator itself, I think they did an amazing job on the sculpt and the skin tone and everything.
The molding.
Yeah, the molding and everything. I think they really did a good job on that. I just wish the metal would have been done a little bit better.
Made maybe real metal.
Yeah, well, no, not even real metal, because I know real metal, it ups the price and it's harder to really put on
They could have
sculpt.
They could have made it 10.
Well, not even that. They could have weathered it a lot better.
Yeah.
That's my only really complaint about the statue. The weathering of the metal was haphazard and wasn't as good as it should have been.
Well, at least they didn't do the blades though. You know, at least they didn't bring those out and like
Right.
really half-ass that.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
And like I said, I understand this one was one of the older ones, so this was plastic, and I understand that. And it was still a good piece.
And I think too, maybe since he's holding it backwards,
Right.
maybe that they didn't really pay him a lot of attention to it
Hey,
because.
and it's got those knuckles.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Yep.
See, if you notice, I always mention they've always got
Yep.
spikes on their damn hands.
That's why I said it.
They have those.
So
But like in the hilt too. I mean, the hilt actually looks pretty awesome.
Right, and I think, man, they do a good job of the skull, like simulating skull with the sculpt. So they do a good job of all that. I just wish the metal would have been highlighted a little bit better.
Yeah.
That's all.
But I think maybe it's just because it's in the background. That
Man, probably.
And you know, that's not really that big of a complaint.
And it's not. I mean, this is for the year it came out. It was a really good. It's really good. It's really well done.
Another key point too is his satchel. I think that's really cool, little fun design too.
Right.
With like,
and I like the fox. What else is actually?
The sheath.
Yeah, the fox sheath and the fox leather.
Yeah.
Which I think this is part of the sculpt, so they didn't really have to do leather on this one.
Right.
Which is still like
they still simulated pretty
yeah,
well.
they really did a damn good
It
job
almost,
simulating
it
that.
looks almost real, but
Yeah. So
but
they
it's
did a good
not.
job.
And you know, the cool little necklace too. You know, that's actually
Right.
movable, so that's cool.
Yeah. So overall, I think this is a very worthy piece to pick up if you're a Predator fan, man. If you still can find this on eBay pretty cheap. It's not too expensive. You can get it for about maybe $400. Sometimes I've seen it for the exclusive version. I think you maybe get it for about $450. Sometimes cheaper than that if you just hold off and wait a little bit. But I think this is a worthy piece for any Predator fan. So if you're a Predator fan, please pick this up. I think it's a worthy piece for you to put in your collection.
And the movie's not as bad as Carolina.
Yes, it is. Fuck that movie. Yeah. But anyways, but that's all I got. What about you?
Hey man, I'm right there with you. I'm out.
All right. Well, everybody, we thank you for joining us. Don't forget, if you like the video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. If you subscribe, don't forget to hit that bell button to get notified whenever we release new videos.
Send some comments.
Yeah, let us know what you think about the statue. We appreciate comments. You know, guys and girls, if you leave comments, me or Anubis, we will answer them. If you take the time out to comment, we'll take our time out to answer back.
Yep.
So we appreciate you joining us. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Join us for our next one. But this is Carolina Hitman.
I am Anubis.
We're from Kraken Hunters. Join us next time. See you next time. We're out.